Okay, hello everybody. Let's try to make some sense of Bitcoin. Now, I was listening to the Joe Rogan podcast, and they got into a discussion of how you take apart the Bitcoin, because a guy was saying he could take the Bitcoin and break it down. But before that, he said he could annotate the Bitcoin. He could write down the numbers like the numbers for this dollar bill, and make a copy of it. And he said he could make a paper copy. He could make as many copies of his Bitcoin as he wants. Just like I could make as many copies of this dollar as I want with only the numbers and recording it. I can't actually copy. That'd be illegal. I wouldn't do anything like that. But Bitcoin is encrypted, and in a way this money is encrypted. It has all those little red and blue threads all over it, and it's unique. But if I got it stolen and I had this written down, it could be, well, not so much tracked, but if it got recovered, the numbers could be, the line could be recorded, and we could find out the trail that the money took. And that sounds like it's the same way of Bitcoin. They break Bitcoin down though, and if you break this dollar down, okay, you're gonna come up with this change. All right, this number becomes worthless after you break it down because you'll have given it up, and you'll have these coins instead, and they just don't have any numbers to write down for them. So that makes me question how Bitcoin can go about tracking the numbers down further when they break it down. Because they say Bitcoin, what a name. What kind of name is that anyway? It sounds like Bitcoin is like this, like a 25-cent piece I could put in the washer and do my laundry. It's bigger than that though. One Bitcoin is $800. Why would you call it a coin? It doesn't sound like any long-lasting institution that has much of a future, at least with that name. I mean, people just don't associate coins with one Bitcoin being $800 and then fluctuating on top of that. I mean, coins don't fluctuate. They stay the same. There's no consistency with this Bitcoin. I mean, if I wanted to buy something for $1, I mean, we call this a buck or a dollar, or in Europe, because this is worldwide. In the UK, they call theirs, what do they say? This would be a pound or a quid, whereas we call it a buck or a dollar, or other slang. But there's nothing that you'd call like a Bitcoin. There's the guy was talking about how there's mini Bitcoin, or mini, like just when you break it down into like a half of a Bitcoin, or even smaller increments, like even like a penny Bitcoin would be like whatever, micro Bitcoin or something. It's just a terrible language that they're coming up with. I mean, these are mathematicians. They're not they're not really like psychologists. They don't understand how humans want to associate more labels and names to the money they spend. They just want to, the mathematicians just want to break it down into numbers, but we have to be able to associate 25 cents as a quarter, 1 cent is a penny, this little 5 cent is a nickel. You can't do that with Bitcoin. When you want to break down the $800 into increments, there's no way to really associate it, and running a purely numbers game is very distant in emotion and just appeal. It's boring. Not many people can get attached to it.